Hello friends. So we have already seen the definition part of user-defined functions. So whatever the examples we have taken there, let's quickly run the examples and see how the output will look like. So first example we have taken there is summation of two numbers. Okay. So for sum, we know the syntax. So suppose sum1 is the name I am giving. So for two variable a plus b, this is the sum syntax. So directly we can have this, call this sum ka value by considering two inputs. So if we write the same code in Python without calling user-defined function, so what we need to do? We need to call this a as an integer or float, and then we can call the input, or you can directly define also. So suppose let's call it an input. Okay, enter value for a. Okay, and similarly, simple Python code if we are writing without calling the user defined function, how it will look like. Okay, so let me quickly take that, and then obviously we have to print to see the output. So this is a simple addition function. So just I'll give 3 and then 4. So it is adding the numbers, right? For the same code, if you want to use a user defined function, how we do it? We'll just have to call this code. So for the user defined function, obviously we have the keyword def. We need to give a name to the function. So add two numbers. So let's write add 2. And obviously we need to have two variables or two arguments. Okay. So we have taken this. Now just call this sub1. Okay. It's very simple. And then we have to return what? Return sum1 to get the output. And so this is my function definition. So obviously this function is telling us to sum two numbers. We need to call the function also. How to call the function? Just name the function with two values in it. So this is the easiest way of calling an user defined. I'm so sorry I missed a colon. This is my normal mistake. In hurry I used to miss the colon. So obviously we expected a colon. We have seen the definition. Okay. This is one way of calling an user defined function. But now suppose I don't want to give at the runtime. I want to write at the runtime. It should ask me the input. Okay. So that way also we can sort it out. Suppose we'll take two numbers, num1 equal to, you can take int or you can take float also. Input, enter the value for num1. Okay, and then similarly we'll call another value that we want at the runtime. So we'll call it to be num2. Enter the value for num2. So let's take it num1, num2. Let's see whether it runs properly or not. So let's give the value for num1 is 4. Give the value of num2 is 3. Bingo, we've got it. Why we got 7.0? Because we have taken float. So you can take any float number also. 2.3, 4.5. Bingo, we got a simple user defined function. So let's take one more example with little bit of complication. Okay, we have seen other examples like how to calculate the number of vowels and consonants in a string. Okay, so let's take that. So let's define a function. So def is the keyword used for defining a function. Let's call the name of the function is def count. Any value you can give, any string we can write. So I am calling it to be value. Obviously we'll not miss colon this time. Okay. Now I want to calculate the vowel and consonant. So let me just initialize them with 0. Okay. So consonant. So we have just initialized them with 0. We've discussed this example in the lecture. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to check in the string how many consonants we have and how many vowels we have. Okay. So how to get the whole string one by one in a later, right? That we have seen in the loops lecture, that for loop, when we define a for loop, then one by one we can take a values there. Okay, so suppose for I in range, okay, range of what? The whole value. So how we can take the whole value? By the length of the value, right? By the length of the value we can take. Obviously it is expecting some colon because it's a loop. Okay, then if now we'll check if value, individual value of I, so value, individual letters in that value, okay, in that string. So one by one we'll take in suppose we are checking for vowels. So let me define. Consonants definition will be very difficult, right? We have 26 letters, only 5 are vowels. So better we define the vowels, because else part will handle the consonant. A, E, I, O, U. So these are the vowels we have. If you want, you can include the capital letters also. But right now I'm just ignoring it. So let's give a colon. Okay. Now we'll check one by one the vowels. So vowels is equal to vowel plus 1. Okay. And then, so if if value of I comes in this, then only increment the vowel. Else, that we have already seen. Else what we need to do is, else it has to be consonant, right? Consonant equal to consonant plus 1. Okay. So that's all. This is the normal, what you can say, syntax for it. Now we need to print it, right? We have to print it, the number of vowels. So print, we want to decorate. So number of vowels in the string, comma, what we need to take? We need to take the vowel, we need to call the vowel. Okay. Similarly for consonants also we can do that. So let's take consonant, number of consonant in the string, and the variable also we have called it to be consonant. Okay. So the code is ready with us. It's very simple. Okay. The code is ready with us. Now what we need to take is, we need to call the string. So directly you can call the string, value equal to the string you can call, or you can take at the runtime also. Okay. Suppose I want to take at the runtime. Every time my string may change. So let me take at the runtime. So run. You can call str, or directly also input you can take. It takes the string, input, enter the value, enter the string. So let me now call the function. The function name is count, and for which string it should count? For x. So let me write x. Okay, let's see whether it runs properly or not. Some mistake. Oh yeah, I missed a colon here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, string. So let's call it to be Python. Yeah, number of vowels in the string is 1. So for the Python, it's only O is the vowel, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the consonants. So if you can see the output, we have 1 vowel and 5 consonants. So this is running properly. So basically what we do in user defined function is, it's basically a normal Python code, but whenever we are calling this function, now this same function that we have already discussed in the theoretical part, that why we call functions. We call functions because that function can be called n number of times with n different strings. If you don't call this function, n time we may have to write the code. Okay, n time we have to take the input. Now in this case, we can call the function one time. Only we can define the function one time, and calling can be done n number of times to get the output. So here we have seen we can save a lot of spaces. Okay, because in our, whenever we'll be doing a project in Python, we may have to use a function n number of times. Okay, for this case, this user defined functions play a very, very, very important role. Thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying Python. So let's all together enjoy Python. Thank you so much.